Well, hello again. In the last video, you saw how I was able to get Evenstar down to Australia and get most of the way through the customs and immigration process, but ran into a little bit of a problem with biosecurity. Well, the good news is that after a week of Evenstar being in quarantine, they only found 4 ants. We took care of all of those 4 and made sure that there were no others, which is great. And I was cleared to take Evenstar out of quarantine and sail the rest of the way down to Coomera. The challenge is that my mate, Chris Brunt, who helped me sail down to Australia, had to fly back home before Evenstar came out of quarantine. So my challenge was sailing Evenstar down to Coomera, which is about 200 nautical miles away from Bundaberg, on my own. So this video is about that journey and my strategy for doing that, as it was my first solo sail. So anyways, I hope you enjoy. While I was waiting for Evenstar to be released from quarantine, I decided to explore beyond the Bundaberg port marina. The marina is not close to town, but they do offer a courtesy bus into town. I decided to ride the courtesy bus into town to restock fresh fruits and vegetables for the journey down south to Coomera. Now just walking in downtown Bundaberg. There's a nice shopping center here. One possibility. And then right across the street, there's an Aldi's, which I'm gonna go check out. I was able to find everything that I needed at Aldi's, so I made my way back to the marina. I met with a couple that told me that they had seen some kangaroos over at Burnett Heads. So the following morning I woke up and I walked over to Burnett Heads to go find the kangaroos. I found the kangaroos, but unfortunately they were in a fenced off field and they were over on the other side of the field. So I did the best that I could using my phone camera to zoom in and get a good shot. There are approximately 230 nautical miles between Bundaberg and Coomera. Since I'm sailing by myself, I want to make sure that I can make as many short hops during the day as I possibly can going down the coast. For the first part of the journey, I can go on the inside of Fraser Island, through Hervey Bay, and then the Great Sandy Straits down to Pelican Bay. Once I make it to Pelican Bay, then I'll wait for a good weather window to cross the Wide Bay Bar and make my way further south. There are only a couple of options for stopping overnight on the way south from Wide Bay Bar to Moreton Bay. So I have to check the weather and see which options are viable. With my basic strategy set, all I have to do is get Evenstar ready to go. I decided to leave early in the morning to take advantage of the light wind conditions and slow current. But I still had to move quickly, going back and forth, alternating between controlling the boat and making sure that it didn't drift into the channel or back into the docks, and then also going around and picking up the lines and the fenders and storing them. I certainly got a good workout, as I moved quickly back and forth, getting everything stored away. But finally, I was able to settle down and relax and start enjoying my first solo sail. So it's a beautiful day out. Today is Friday. Oh my, Friday. And sailing down from Bundaberg Port Marina to Woody Island. It's near Hervey Bay. And so this is what the weather looks like this morning. It's actually fairly calm, and that's why I'm motoring. But that's also why I decided to go today and start making my way down towards, well, the goal is to get down to Coomera and the Boatworks Marina, but that's going to take a few days still. So I'm kind of staging my way down, doing it in day hops since I'm by myself. So this is what it looks like. Got the main and the jib out, but only got about 8 knots of wind right now. It was up at 11 earlier this morning, but it's just very calm, which is great. I mean, it's fine. Weather looks like it'll be picking up later on as I get off of Tin Can Bay and Double Island Point. Monday morning, Tuesday, the wind will pick up a little bit, and then it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a front coming through, so it's going to switch around, but it's all good. Everything's going well, everything's working well. Sailing, boat life. So every once in a while, I get to geek out on stuff on the boat. And one of the things that I finally got around to doing while I was sitting there in Bundaberg Port Marina was connecting up the two NAMIA networks that I have on the boat. And one of them is only on when the navigation equipment is on, and the other one is on all the time. It's the one that's connected to the fuel tank and the water tank. Anyhow, I connected the two up so that way, while we're sailing, or while we have the navigation equipment on, I can take a peek and see what I have for fuel and water. So there you go. So that taught me my battery is at 100% charge. I've got 230 liters in my port fuel tank, 243 in my starboard, and I've got 297 liters of water in my water tank. It seems kind of like simple. It's like, well, that's boring, George. Well, kind of. The level sensors that they had on board would have required me to go downstairs and take a look at our panel just to see all that information. And now I could just do it from either here at the helm or at the nav station. And especially when we're filling out the log, that's really convenient to be able to see. So yeah, a little bit of technical stuff. Always something to do on the boat. Doesn't matter, always something to do. Well, got here to Woody Island and I'm anchored. Second try. First one I didn't put out enough chain and anchor didn't set. Second time I moved up to where it's a little bit more shallow and anchor set. We're good. There's Woody Island behind me. Some boats in the anchorage. And I have a lot of stuff to clean up from sailing up here. So I need to put the sails away, organize my lines. It's what happens when I don't have my first mate here, my best helper. I get to do all this by myself. So I just make a mess as I go and then I clean it up after. So anyhow, all good. So good morning. It is Saturday, October the 11th, and I'm slowly making my way. I left Woody Island earlier this morning and started making my way across what they call the sandy straits. There's this section in here that's kind of shallow, so you kind of time it to be around high water. So you go from low tide, basically try and get it on a rising tide, just in case you do get stuck. If you're on a rising tide, you might have a chance of getting unstuck and then correct your mistake. Anyhow, kind of nice conditions. The wind is blowing actually pretty well. Just don't feel comfortable trying to sail it because it's kind of like a intercoastal waterway and there's lots of traffic, so I can't be maneuvering back and forth with the wind. So just motoring. Okay, so going through the shallow section here right now in the sandy straits. We're at 4 meters. So far, that's not a problem. Going to be doing this on nav. Got both engines on just in case I have to reverse. That way I have better control over the vessel. But hopefully this will be a non-event, right? 3.8 meters, so better start paying attention. So yeah, not bad so far, 4 meters. Just for reference, when we were in the Bahamas, typically when we were in the Exumas, we were in 3 meters, sometimes 2 meters. So 4 meters is pretty good. I've got the forward scan looking ahead. So I've got my warning set a little bit after 2 meters. So yeah. And the channel's marked. So it's the beauty of coming in on a rising tide. So I think we'll be all right. Yeah, that's one of the ferries that takes the vehicles from the mainland over to Fraser Island. And I guess they just finished up for the day and they're going back to their dock or port, which is over there. And we'll see. He's probably going to come right by us. So it's Sunday morning, October 12th, and it's a very calm morning here in Pelican Bay so far. We have a nice sunrise. At least it's calm in here. And I'm hoping it's calm out there as I go through Wide Bay Bar. So, just deciding whether to go most of the way down to Coomera and stop in Brisbane, in a place called Bribby Island, or go all the way to Coomera, and that would be an overnight. So if I go to Bribby Island near Brisbane, that would be getting there around 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night tonight. If I go all the way to Coomera and the boat works, that would be getting there sometime Monday morning. So that'd be an overnight. That's just a choice: sail overnight or anchor at night. That's the decision to make, and looking at the weather to see what it looks like. All right, so I picked up anchor and I'm heading out the Wide Bay Bar, and hopefully it's an uneventful bar crossing here. It's one of those famous Australian bars. You have to be careful with it, and I will. But other than that, then it's south sail. I'm headed either towards Bribby Island, which is near Brisbane, or just going to continue on overnight and go straight to Coomera and get there Monday morning. So far so good. We'll see how it is once we get out there into the Mad Mile. Once we clear the land section here. Have to make a turn to port or to left, and then it gets a little messy. You know, the waves are kind of like going up everywhere. The current is pushing and pulling you, so we'll see how it is. Hopefully I've picked up a benign enough window to go through. There's two other boats ahead of me, so I think I'm right, but we'll see. Okay, so got through the Wide Bay Bar, and it was a non-event, so I didn't record anything. There wasn't much interesting to show. And now I'm sailing south towards Coomera, and this is my view right now. It's Double Island Point over there. Running the main reefs down to the third point, and the jib, and running the port engine. There's not enough wind right now, but the wind is supposed to pick up later today, so I'm prepared for it. That way I don't have to scramble later on. It's all set. So that's it. It's all good. Just slowly making my way down. It'll be an overnight sail. It was about 130 miles altogether. I've already got a few miles off of that, and everything's going good so far. So another day, another sail. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's called Wolf Rock. I zoomed in as far as this camera will let me, but it's basically out here way off the point, and it's just a nice rock sticking out of the water, waiting to make someone's day. Worst day ever. Wow. got to keep your eyes open. I mean, I noticed that there was something splashing, and so I took a closer look, and I think the route had gone around it, but still, got to check your routes out carefully. Keep your eyes open just in case. Trust but verify. Wolf Rock. Who knew? I don't think I'm going to get to see a sunset tonight. It's going to be blocked by clouds. But I get to see this on the horizon. That is MSC magnitude 7. It's huge. That is about 300 meters long and 40 meters wide. It's crazy. It's huge. It's moving at about 20 knots, so it's going to cross in front. And yeah, that instead of a sunset. Well, good morning. It is Monday, October 13th, and right in there is Australia's Gold Coast, and back somewhere in there is Coomera, which is where the Boatworks Marina is, which is where I'm eventually headed. I'm waiting to hear back from them, see if they have a spot ready for me, or when they have a spot ready for me. And until then, I think I will go inside the pass and find a good place to drop the anchor and get some sleep, because I've been up for 24 hours plus. And it was a interesting last few hours. Of course, right towards the end of the journey is when it gets really interesting. It kept me awake. I didn't have time to try and fall asleep. So, but as you can see, the conditions are very calm now, much different than they were just a couple hours ago. And it's a little overcast, but it's not raining right now, and it's very calm, so it should make it very easy to get inside and find a spot to sit and rest for a while. There you go, 130 something miles overnight, and we're almost to where Evenstar will be for cyclone season, and I get to fly home and spend time with family. It's boat life.